Hello everyone and welcome to a SOLIDWORKS Electrical Quick Look. Today we will be looking at Nodal Indicators. My name is Alex Koch. I'm the Territory Technical Manager of ANZ and that's my email address. For today we have a relatively simple agenda. We're going to look at the background of what the situation is, and we will be moving on to the whys and hows actually of Nodal Indicators, and we'll look at the benefits very quickly and wrap up this presentation. So let's start off here by looking at the background. Using the schematic as an example, what we have here is a couple of components that have already been wired up. As we can tell from here, the different components, you have two switches, S1, S2, and you have several other components. You've got a contactor on this point here, and so on and so forth. Now, using traditional two-dimensional tools to create a schematic drawing, what isn't clear is the sequence of the wire and cabling order. For example, does S1 get wired up to K1 or to S2? That isn't entirely clear visually. Of course, there are ways to mitigate this. For example, we could actually check for the cabling order, and from here we can tell that S1 goes onto S2 in terms of the wiring order, and from S2 it goes on to K1, K1 and so on and so forth. Alternatively, we could always generate reports, which of course would go through the process of creating tables and so on and so forth. One challenge on this is, of course, it is a non-visual approach. It is not entirely clear upfront to the person who's reading the schematic what the wire and cabling order is. So from this very simple example, we can tell very easily what the challenge is. When it comes to a traditionally created 2D schematic, there is a certain degree of connection ambiguity. It is not clear what the sequence of connection should happen. Of course, there are ways to mitigate it, but again, they are both indirect and non-visual. And with that, we move on to nodal indicators and we take a look at why this piece of functionality is so useful. Now let's take a look at our schematic drawing and very quickly see how we can add some wonderful intelligence to actually make life for everyone a lot easier. Under the project configuration graphics tab, there is an option in SOLIDWORKS Electrical 2016 to actually turn on nodal indicators. What this essentially allows you to do is it allows you to graphically show what the wire and cabling order would be. And in order to change this very easily, I can just hit the right mouse click and change the connection path. For example, right now, I'd like to switch it over to this order. I accept this, and this is how it gets changed. Very nice and easy. What this does, of course, is it removes the ambiguity. And that's exactly what we want to do. So, quick recap. Why nodal indicators? Well, quite obviously, there are very straightforward benefits to it. You get very clear visual indication of what happens. It ensures that the ease of understanding is straightforward. It also makes it very easy to edit. And at the end of the day, which is what we want, it removes the ambiguity of the wire and cable orders. And this is exactly what we want because it brings us to the next stage, which is the benefit. The benefit is, of course, it reduces the ambiguity. Now, this ambiguity is important not only for the person who's reading the schematic at the point of design. Imagine the person down in the shop floor. It is very clear and obvious what the order should be. So just a quick recap of everything. The background, we have lots of connection ambiguity if you have your traditional 2D schematic tools being used to design your circuits. And of course, your nodal indicators removes the ambiguity because it makes it simple to understand. It also makes it easy to use from a user standpoint, and the benefit is, of course, clarity and the removal of ambiguity, which was the initial issue to start off with. So, for further information, if you'd like to know more, there's always the trusty SOLIDWORKS website at www.solidworks.com, and there's a nice little section under how to buy, find a SOLIDWORKS reseller, please contact your SOLIDWORKS reseller in your local region. Should you not know where to go to, that website will take you to it. In addition, you can also continue the discussion and even bring out questions, check out tips and tricks on mysolidworks.com. This is a lovely place that I encourage everyone to visit. And that's a wrap. My name is Alex Koch, Territory Technical Manager for ANZ. That's my email address. And thank you for your time.